Hello and welcome to the fourth in this 5-part mini-series that's guiding you through to giving more confident speeches. Today I'm going to tell you about something that is, again, another keystone in giving confident speech. And it's the one thing that people don't tend to do when they're giving speeches. They tend to worry about their speech so much and the finicky bits that they forget this vital, really is vital step. You need to practice. Even when you know the information, even when you've got cue cards or some kind of prompting device, you need to practice. Why? Because you need to practice the timing. You need to get how these things feel as you say them. You need to say them out loud. You need to get a real grasp for the information and how you're delivering it. It might be that you write all of this information down and you memorize it, and you get out there and you realize that you can't quite say that particular long word out loud very well. Or you realize that as you're giving the information, it's just too complex and you're saying it and you're glazing over. You know, you're going dizzy yourself because it's just not very exciting. When you say it out loud as well, it's your chance to practice your delivery of that information. Because when it's written in black and white in front of you, it's just words. And words convey a meaning, but your emotions are what are really going to set you aside and give you a great speech. But your confidence level, when you practice and practice and practice, and I would recommend as much practice as possible. If you've got the luxury of a few months, then just practice once a day. Do your speech once a day for a few months and you'll give the best speech in the world, I promise you. Sometimes though you don't have that luxury, especially if you're giving a speech in your workplace and perhaps you need to deliver a presentation in 2 days' time. Then, do you know what? Take out the next couple of evenings. Instead of getting home, flopping onto the sofa, pouring yourself an alcoholic beverage and just vegging out in front of the telly, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Practice, practice, practice. Especially if you're nervous about the speech, you're going to want to just have a drink. You're going to want to veg out in front of the TV. You're going to want to just say, do you know what, I'm just going to pretend this isn't here. It's not going to happen. And you'll give yourself excuses like, oh, do you know what, it's 2 days' time, I'll do it tomorrow. Or it's in 2 months' time and I'll do it a week before. Don't do that to yourself either. These are excuses. The human mind is a phenomenal puzzle solver. And if you give it the puzzle of, how can I make myself feel better about not practicing, it will give you lots of great answers. And you will convince yourself that they're good, valid reasons. Reasons are just excuses. Don't let yourself do that. But when you practice, again, you develop confidence in what you're saying. It won't be the first time you do it. The worst thing in the world is to get out there with a memorized script. So imagine if you've memorized it and you've gone over it, you've read it a few times, but you haven't practiced it out loud. So you kind of know the material. You stand out there and you start delivering it for the first time. Do you think you're going to feel nervous about that? Do you feel you're going to perhaps not feel like you've done this before? Because you've said it in your mind, but you haven't said it out loud. I'm going to tell you from my experience, that's exactly how you'll feel. You'll feel as though you've never done this speech before. If you haven't said it out loud, you haven't. Doing it in your mind doesn't count. Self-talk doesn't count. Saying it out loud really does make us feel comfortable with the speaking part of our speech. And of course, you know, that's what it's all about. It's speaking, isn't it, really, when you think about it? So make sure you really do practice out loud your speech, and practice with hand movements. Practice when you need to turn the cards if you're using cue cards. Because the other thing that I've used cue cards in the past with milestone bits of information, but because I didn't practice, this again back in the early days, I would go through and I would go a few cue cards. I would then get lost in thought, start doing more of my speech, get through it, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to find which cue card I'm on because I haven't practiced that. I haven't practiced, I say that bit and then turn the card to the next card, and then I'll say this bit and then turn the card to the next card. You need to be on top of your game. You're delivering a well-honed, confident speech, but you need to know how to deliver it, what you'll be saying, how to say it, how to deliver it, and also where you're going to be looking, because if you don't practice reading and then looking up and keeping that information in your mind, well, you just won't have that built-up experience to do that. And if you do practice, you'll have that built-up resource to call upon. So practice, practice, practice. It's essential, and you cannot get enough practice. Until part 5, take care, guys. Bye-bye now.